So this has been in development for a little while. It's part of our marketplace release this week of one of the 3 major apps that we're releasing in the marketplace, Live Editor being one. We just covered the layouts tool in the last stream, and then next week we'll be covering the Google Analytics integration. So let's talk about the Live Editor. So how you install it, let's jump into that. Is you go to the zesty.io/marketplace, and you'll see it's one of the suggested ones. You can see the Google Chrome app here or down here and you click here, and this app isn't installed into your instance. It's actually installed into Google Chrome. So when you look at this here, you can click this button and it's going to launch you to the Google Chrome page where you can actually install it, which I already have it installed in Google Chrome. Once it's installed in Google Chrome, you will get access to the little Zesty icon in your Chrome extension toolbar. And once it's running, you'll be able to see it. So I have a test site that I'm going to show you for editing, and then we have our live marketing site, which I'll show you how, because there's more information it's going to show you. So once it's installed through Chrome, you'll get this little button up here from Chrome. And then when it's running on your site, it doesn't run on your site until you click the button. So say I'm looking at this test website built on Zesty. I'm going to click the button, and you'll notice the little Z pops up here in the corner. And I think that is behind my video, so let me make this smaller. So when you click the icon here, the Z pops up bottom left-hand corner, and when you click that, the flyout comes, and this shows you the things you have access to edit on the page. So if I want to edit something, I click Edit Now, and it turns the page interactive, and it shows you the options of where you can edit information. So this one here, I'm going to click the Edit button, and a WYSIWYG appears over here, and I'll say afternoon. Confirm, and it changes the page in real time. So what this does is it cuts a draft. You'll still have to publish through the system, and inside the Live Editor there's a bunch of convenient links to get you to where you need to work in Zesty. So you'll see you have Edit Schema, Edit Content. If I click Edit Content, it's going to launch my Zesty instance right where I need to edit that, and you can see where it says Afternoon Zesty People. And this is where you would publish. So when you work inside the Live Editor, it's just cutting drafts or versions of the page, but if you need to publish, you still need to head over inside the Manager app and hit the Publish button. So it'll also show you other things you have access to on the page and what's there. So it shows you have access to this meta object. So for developers, this is also useful because if you're trying to remember that field name, it shows the field name. So this will launch you into both edit the content. So if you just want to use it to navigate your content to get somewhere useful really quickly in Zesty, you can click Edit Content like we just did, and it will load you right to where you edit. And we can also click Edit Schema, and this is going to load the schema behind the scenes. This is also useful for developers who are actively working. So for marketers, there's an SEO tab as well, which we can click on. And you'll see it loads. We have some test data here. We'll just update that. Save. And now our meta tag's updated. So from SEO tab, we have another link here to launch you right into where to edit the SEO behind the scenes in the manager. And you'll see that what I just changed in Live Editor is now reflecting also in the SEO tab. So again, what I did is from the SEO tab inside of Live Editor, I can click Edit in CMS, and it launches me into the Zesty Manager right where I need to be in the SEO tab. And this is where it shows you examples of what it looks like on Google, and you could further edit here. There's also some content insights from Zesty that tells you if things are interconnected to the content from the meta, but it's just a quick way to get right into where you need to edit. So not only can you edit the meta title and description really simply and get to where you need to edit it in the CMS, there's also a DOM report where it reads the DOM, which is the document object, and it's telling you how many H1 tags there are, how many H3, H4s, etc., paragraph tags, p tags, how many words there are, and what the character counts is, and how many links exist. So this is useful information. If you have any ideas or comments, please go ahead and post. You can post in chat or reach out to the team on our community chat. Any ideas? This is also an open source repository, so you can post right into the repository as well. Also, it shows you if you have any custom page meta tags. This one has a lot because this is a test instance, but you can see what those custom page meta tags are. And this is when you manage head tags. You can create a head tag right here where you can choose what type, script, meta, or link, and enter your information down below, and it'll create the head tag for you. So this is something inside of Zesty that exists here underneath this head tags area, and it's just a quick way to jump right into and build head tags. And these head tags are specific per page. You can also have global head tags as well. And down below, again, this is like a glimpse for marketers. So instead of having to inspect your document, you can actually just read what the output of the meta is in your page. So that's the SEO tab. All this is work in progress. We're going to continue pushing this particular feature. So again, if you have comments, feature ideas, please just let us know. The next thing is Code Helper. And this is useful for when you are a developer working on the code. This is going to show you the ways to access the content you're working with in the respective different languages, whether it be JSX, so that's going to be for React or Next.js, Parsley if you're working in the native Zesty language, or Vue for Vue.js. It clicks you also to docs that could be useful for you. So Health is a tab that just has a few links right now, but it launches you into validate a page. So we can click here to validate a page. Doesn't think I'm real, yep, thinks I'm real. It'll take the page, and as long as there's not password protected, it'll validate your page and tell you what you're missing. So this is a test site. It's missing quite a bit of stuff, but it's just a quick way to jump in and validate the HTML and document body. There's other things for CSS and Section 508, which this is just information right now. This actually doesn't run a test, but it sends you over to the information of how you can through one of the government websites. And CSS validator is similar to the WC3 validator, and it's showing you all the issues that CSS has. Quite a few issues here. And Lighthouse, and this is so you can score. You can drop in your URL and run an audit to measure how your site runs. So we could just run an audit against that, and it'll tell you what your speed score is. So those are just quick, convenient links that, in case you forgot what they were, you can just click right into them. So Navigator is another nice little feature that lets you look at all the items. So this is a test website. It's not much. Let's check out the Zesty site. Click Navigator over here. So this one, the Zesty site's a big site. There's almost 500 pages on it. But this is really useful. So if you are trying to find that page, like, where's that page? I'm going to just search for the word next. And like, okay, here are my pages. So this is, I think, one of the, as some of you have large instances that have thousands, some people have over 100,000 pieces of content items. This is really useful to find the thing you're looking for without having to navigate through the site. And you could simply click Visit Page, and that will launch you open to the page where you need to go. And from there, you can start executing on the live editor once it loads. So the last one we have for tabs is the JSON tab. And the JSON tab will actively output, this is for developers again, will output the JSON you're working with. So when you're working with the content object body, you can actually go through it and find exactly what the names are, so you can get the document to load for you when you're working in React with Next.js. So to get this to run, your instance needs to be in hybrid mode. So if you go over to settings in general, you need to change your web engine mode to hybrid. And what this does is it takes a URL like this, and when you're in hybrid mode, you could type to JSON, and you could turn any document built in Zesty into a JSON output. So if I switch to the page load, we'll look at the page load here, but if I add to JSON to it, you'll see the output. Now, if we look at like our Zestio website, you'll see a much more complicated output JSON because our homepage has a lot on it, but we'll show you what that looks like too. And this is we use this to JSON to populate some of these apps like the live editor. We use this for headless integrations as well. You could also use it in your Parsley integration or your Parsley views if you wanted to like fetch dynamic data via JSON. So that's the live editor again. It's a free tool. You install it through the Chrome store. And if you go to the Zesty Marketplace, look for the live editor Chrome extension, click the button. It'll launch you right into the place where you can install it with Chrome. And then you get an install option. And once it's there, it exists up in this corner. And we'll show you how it loads one more time. So if we're on a page, it's not running here until I click this button. It'll actually, if you're not logged in, it'll ask you to log in because you have to be logged in order to edit a page. And then you just click this flyout and it will fly out and you can close the flyout. So that's a live editor. Thanks for tuning in today. Really excited about this one. If you have comments, questions, feature ideas, please let the team know. You could do that over our community chat. You could also post on our GitHub. And thanks everybody. Have a great day.